Romans 16 and 26. But now was made manifest, and by the scriptures of the prophets. See how it's going back to the old scrolls, the Old Testament, the scriptures of the prophets, according to the commandment of the everlasting Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, made known to all nations for the obedience of faith. The obedience of faith. Believe, you know. And regardless, they all going to have to come back to this truth, man. When it goes down, everybody. Before the Most High bring the final judgment upon these nations, because some nations are going to perish. They ain't want to be. They don't want to serve us. The nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yeah, they shall be utterly wasted, as it is written. 1 Corinthians 14. 1 Corinthians 14. 14th chapter. Obedience. Look at verse 32. It says, the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets. The spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets. So what it means, the spirit of the prophets of old are subject to the men that will come on the earth today and be the prophets. For the Most High is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints, of the children of Israel. He's not Most High dealing with confusion, but this peace that he's talking about, we can have if we love the Most High with all our heart, mind, and soul, and strength, and love thy neighbor as thyself. Because all the commandments are based upon them two principles. We've got 613 laws: moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, ceremonial laws. And we have sacrificial laws, but Mashiach Yahushua was the ultimate sacrifice. That's why no one's sacrificing animals. From that time that he was crucified to now. They could try and do whatever they want to do. Ain't have no credence to it, no power to it. That's been done away with. And that's when you see the law's been done away with. That's the law that's been done away with. They stopped sacrificing animals for the atonement of our sins. He said, no man come to the Father but by me. We start going through a Mpst to the Most High for repentance. And he going to the Most High with groanings that we can't even groan. It's so sad. Just before the Most High, because every angel, every spirit is trembling before the Most High. But here we are, these mortal bodies, thinking that we got it going on because we've been called to learn a little bit of something. Man, we don't know nothing as we ought to know. And he said, we're going to take our Mashiach Yahushua 1,000 years to show us of the Most High. 1,000 years? Every day learning? Come on. What do we really know?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. That's right. Just a little bit, man. So it says, for the Most High is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints. And we define the saints as the 12 tribes of Israel. So let your women let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. And if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home, for it is a shame for women to speak in the church. So what, came the word of the Most High out from you, or came it unto you only? That's what Miriam messed up with, trying to, say the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua dealing with her and Aaron like he was dealing with Moses. And the Most High turned her white or leprous for a whole week. And then came back and said if her father would just spit in her face, man, that's how serious he was. That's really cold when you spit in somebody's face. Would that she be shut out for a week? So he let her stay shut out for a week. That's why it's important, He's dealing with order. He's dealing with obedience. And there's a reason why he's saying this concerning the women. Say, what? Came the word of the Most High out from you? Or came it unto you only? Say, if any man think himself to be a prophet or spiritual, let him acknowledge that the things that I write unto you are the commandments of the Most High. But if any man be ignorant, let him be ignorant. You don't want to know this knowledge? Let him be ignorant. Draw the line. Sometimes you have to. Say, if any man want to be ignorant, let him be ignorant. Look at Ecclesiasticus 25 and 24. Ecclesiasticus 25 and 24 in the Apocrypha. It says, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Because remember, Eve is one that was dealing with Satan. Then she brought that to Adam. And Adam should have said no and not listen to her. It says, give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. Don't let her do whatever she want to do. If she go not as thou wouldst have her, cut her off from thy flesh and give her a bill of divorce and let her go. So that's why she is told to be obedient, because you go back to Genesis 3:16. To the righteous man. All these emotions, that's what we deal with mainly now. We deal with a whole lot of emotions, okay? We deal with all these emotions. But if you eliminate the emotions and just look at being righteous in the eyes of the Most High, what it says, then we have opportunity to make it to the kingdom. Genesis 3:16, it says, unto the woman he said, why is he saying let the woman keep silent in the church? You know, which is by the commandment. It says, unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband. That's why I say you want to ask anything, ask your husband at home. And he shall rule over thee. The man's going to rule over you. So therefore that woman should be trying to rule over the man. And unto Adam, verse 17, he said, because thou hast hearkened, listened unto the voice of thy wife. You listen to your wife, and have eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee. That was a commandment. That was a law. Saying, thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake. And sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. See? The first thing he told Adam, because you listened to that woman. And you followed what she said do. Which was contrary to the law of the Most High. That's why, man, you got to know these laws, man. You got to know what's right from wrong. So that you ain't caught up in that. And the things that will be contrary to the Most High. Second Corinthians, the 10th chapter. Second Corinthians, the 10th chapter. And we're going to look at verse 3. 2 Corinthians 10 and 3. 2
Corinthians chapter 10, verse 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh.
Right, so though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. Our fleshly bodies, read.
For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High Mashiach to the pulling down of strongholds.
That's right. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. It's not dealing with fleshly things. It's dealing with spiritual things. Demons in high places, man. But mighty. The weapons of our warfare are mighty through the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushua, by Shema Mashiach Yahushua, to the pulling down of strongholds, man. That means something got a hold of something. They strongly hold it. Where you can't even hardly find a way to make it let go. And a lot of people, they got strongholds. They say, I've been dealing with this all my life, and those spirits have them. They got a strong hold on someone. That's why you got to look at this, man. Read on. Verse 5.
Casting down imagination and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushua.
That's right, man. It said casting down imagination, the way people think. And every high thing, the elite of this world, the superpowers of this world, man, that exalt itself against the knowledge of the Most High. Come on, you gonna tell me they haven't exalted themselves against the knowledge of the Most High? Yeah. Because they wouldn't set up Caesar Borgia, they wouldn't have all these movies showing themselves in it. You know, we would know who we are as the Israelites. The Jewish people wouldn't be claiming to be us. We would know who we are. That's a stronghold that they have on us, really. We don't even know who the Most High is. Most people don't even know how to go in this Bible to find the Most High. That's a shame. But they know about Jesus. They know about him. Because they say that all the time. Because they think that he's the Most High and he's the Holy Spirit. They're all the same. That's what they teach. And see, that's wrong. That's why we got to break down, man. We got to bring down these strongholds of their imagination. That's how they think. Imagination is how you think. That's why it says in Ecclesiastes 3:24, for many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion is overthrown their judgment. The way they think is evil. Read that again, verse 5.
Casting down imagination and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushua, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Mashiach Yahushua.
That's right, man. We're going to bring it down. Every thought to the obedience of Mashiach Yahushua, who is obedient to the word of the Most High. Look at, get 1 Corinthians 1:19.
First Corinthians chapter 1, verse 19. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise, and will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent.
That's right, man. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise, and will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent. The ones that think they know something in this world. Get Isaiah 29:14. He's going to bring it to nothing. Isaiah 29:14.
Isaiah chapter 29, verse 13?
14.
14. Therefore, behold, I will proceed to do marvelous work.
A marvelous work.
I will proceed to do a marvelous work. And a wonder, for the wisdom of their wise men shall perish, and the understanding of their prudent men shall be hid.
You hear that? That's what he's saying. As it is written, man. You look at all these scientists, man. They're talking about the Big Bang Theory. Come on. Was people created when they dropped the bomb on Nagasaki and Hiroshima in Japan? What people were created from that? That Big Bang. What about the bombs that they dropped on Vietnam? The bombs they dropped on Korea and Korean War and the Iraqi War. You know what I mean? All these bombs being dropped. Big Bang Theory. Come on, man. Where the people at? Where the people that's being created from dropping bombs of Big Bang Theory? Man, get out of here, man. That's why I say the wise men is going to be made, their wisdom going to be like nothing. That's why we got to seek to the Most High, man. We got to seek to the Most High. Look at Habakkuk 1 and 5. Habakkuk 1 and 5. Habakkuk 1 and 5. Behold, ye among the heathen, and regard and wonder marvelously, for I will work a work in your days, which ye will not believe, though it be told you. And he's working that work right now, man, in bringing us together as a nation. These 12 tribes coming back together as one nation, being one stick. The northern kingdom and the southern kingdom coming together, man. Little by little. Little by little. Piece by piece. Get Jeremiah 1 and 10. And it's not coming without salvation. Even though we see it on a high level, and most people don't see it. We got to break down these imaginations in high places through the Spirit of the Most High. Jeremiah 1 and 10. See, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms, to root out and to pull down and to destroy and to throw down, to build and to plant. Because that's how it's going to go down, man. And that's how it's going to be, rooting out all the wickedness. And we pulling down them strongholds. Them strongholds. Or the imaginations of the people. Through what? Through the word of the Most High. Through understanding what he has given us to go by, through our story. Even if we use some of his story, we're going to use our story. You see? Because our story is going to be the truth. And we'll use his story that is the truth, and pull down them strongholds of them lies he has taught. Like Caesar Borgia, second son of Pope Alexander VI of Rome, Rodrigo Borgia, representing our power of Mashiach Yahushua, that white image that they set up. Nah, we pulling that down, man, and destroying it to the utmost.
You got a lot of work to do then. You talking about the Vinci Code?
Don't matter, it's being done. Most High, with the Most High, nothing's impossible. And he, look, he's,
I didn't say it was impossible. That's a lot of work. That's all
it's already been done. It has come, it is done. And to destroy and to throw down. Throw it down, man. Might have to throw down. You never know. To build. We got to build our people up, man. Let them know we got a kingdom that's prepared for us. But you got to work to get it. That's why I say you got to be obedient to be able to at least be one of the 1/3. If you work to be 144,000, look, 144,000, 12,000 from each of the tribes of Israel. That's what the Most High is looking forward to. Now, who's to say that it's somebody of the past? We're reading about them, right? Because see, we get caught up in our life, our time. But what about those that lived before us? What about those that was raised knowing the truth? What about those during the time of Jeremiah? See, Daniel didn't have to come back. What about those that didn't have to come back? That's going to be raised up and ruled from when they were here, following the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments. Did not have, those that went to the bosom of Abraham didn't have to see hell. Go there. You see what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? It don't have to be us. He said, take one of a city, two of a family. We here in Jeremiah, man. Look at Jeremiah 3:14. It's real, man. I mean, I think about this because that's why I can't exalt myself in any way to say, oh, I know I'm going to be there. A lot of brothers think that they're going to be there just because they know scriptures. Better think again, man. Look. Did y'all understand what I just explained to y'all about people that lived before us? We reading Jeremiah, right? You got a whole lot of people that lived during this time. Lived during the time of Isaiah, Jeremiah, Daniel's. We still lived then. Everybody have to come back to this hell. Daniel didn't have to come back. Ezra was worried about who's going to deliver him in the time that we in now. You see? That's why it says, listen. Jeremiah 3:14. Turn, O backsliding children, said the Most High, for I am married unto you, and I will take you one of a city. And I will take you one of a city, and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion. Said, I will give you pastors according to mine heart, his mind, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. So this don't seem like, you know, you can just make yourself one of the city. Look how big, you know, look at that. Look how big New York is. You got a lot of brothers and sisters in New York. Even out here in Cali. You know what I mean? That have learned the truth. I won't say they live in it, but they have learned the truth. And they still have opportunity to make it too. But he said one of a city, man. And two of a family. What was a family member of old? What was two family members of old? And you in here now, and then you don't stay steadfast. And just, you know, the Most High moved you out the way. How many men I've known, man? I tell you, I've known a whole lot of men across the country, man, that is not in this truth now, that were high powered brothers, man. But they're not even thinking about this anymore. This is scary, man. It's scary. That's why you got to stay on point. You got to stay focused, be obedient, and to the best of your ability, man, stay in this truth. You know, find a way to gather and come together, because this is where the power's at, when we come together. You by yourself, all kind of things. You know, we got all people that's around us that don't believe, that's coming with this, that, the third. You know it. Coming with this, that, the third. We hear it. It's like you trying to convert them to where they should be converted to where we're at. And they trying to convert you to still saying, oh, no, I don't see it. And your whole life is trying to convince someone to see it. You know what I mean? It gets to be hard. But you can't be backsliding. You can't backslide, man. I mean, you going back and following the way that they would have you follow. Try to take you right to hell with them. To be thrown in the lake of fire, man. We got opportunity. Nothing's like this, man. Nothing's more powerful than the truth. Nothing. And you know what's next? After the truth? The truth is number one. What's next after the truth? Women. Women.
Right.
Women. But understand.
Oh my.
Hey, I mean, you know, I went to the story. I don't want to get off topic, but I went to the story. You know, they asked, they're going to give, you know, great rewards for those that can come up with the best saying. One said the king is the greatest. One said wine is the greatest. And the next brother said the truth in women. But he spent a lot of time talking about women. And he said nothing supersedes the truth. So who won? He won. It tells you about, I mean, come on. The woman take the king's crown off his head. And the king looking, is she mad at me? Is she playing or what? You know, just to win favor with her. And he even smacked him on the side of his face. All that's there. I mean, She the one that, I mean, a man go out to war, go out there and work and bring all this money back to satisfy his woman. She got power. We die, we just read, we die because of a woman. That's why you got to really look at this, you know. That's why women have to become virtuous. And it's not easy in this world. Because we surrounded by all this wickedness. Like we surrounded by the wickedness, they surrounded by the wickedness too.
Wait a minute,
Yeah.
you said virtuous?
Yeah.
You said virtuous?
Yeah.
So a man can be virtuous too?
I said women have to learn to be virtuous. Yeah. Women have to learn to be virtuous. Get Ecclesiastes 26:1, since you said it. And this, a woman that's obedient, she will become virtuous. It says, blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife. See? For the number of his days shall be double. So a man that have a woman that's not virtuous, does that mean his days going to be shortened? Yeah, pretty much. It says, blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife. And this comes right after he said, if she don't go the way you want her to have her to go, give her the bill of divorce. And cut her loose from your flesh. Then he comes back and say, blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife. For the number of his days shall be double. A virtuous woman rejoices her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. And women don't understand that when they do this, he's going to be in peace, but how do you think she's going to be? He's going to be in peace, and she's not going to be in peace? Your woman have you feeling very good in all ways, shapes, or form, and you have that peace, because you can have the peace by yourself. That peace of a Mashiach Yahushua. So they don't disturb that peace that you have with a Mashiach Yahushua. Now she's going to have that peace also. That's why it said, blessed is the man, you blessed to have a virtuous woman. It says, a virtuous woman rejoices her husband, verse 2, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. So a good wife is a good portion, which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Most High. So, and it also says in Proverbs, who can find a virtuous woman? You know what I mean? So it's not something that's easy to find, but women should look at trying to be virtuous so that they have opportunity to be able to make it. Proverbs 31:10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her. So the mind of her husband is going to trust in his wife. That is virtuous. So that he shall have no need of spoil. He ain't going to have no need of spoil. You know what a spoil is? When he says no need of spoil, like we go out to war and whoever's on the ground, you can go and get all the things you can collect to bring home. A virtual, listen, what it's saying, because this world is twisted, opposite. Don't the world teach you that you got to go out there and work and bring everything home to the woman? And she can just be at home doing whatever she's doing, and you just out there working hard to bring everything to her. You hear what it said? A virtuous woman said, a man ain't going to need no spoil. He going to need to get all the things he can get from the men that he have killed or the men that have died in the war to bring home. It says, she will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. She's going to do him good and no evil all the days of her life. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands. I mean, she's working. It says working. Worketh willingly with her hands. It don't say she's not working. She's not doing anything. The man got to supply everything for her. That makes her a king and a queen.
Oh, so that's the type of land that we kind of rulership that America's been under for some 152 years.
Yeah, but see, they allow The Edomite man to be able to make money. His woman can stay at home. But the way the economy is, how you going to, unless you just making a lot of money. And could you press *6? Somebody making a lot of noise on the conference call, Baba Kashah? Press *6 and y'all be talking in the background. See, it says she will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands. She is like the merchant ships. She bringeth her food from afar. So it's like the merchant ship. How's she going to be like the merchant ship? Because she's going to have things that she actually is doing and providing for the house. Oh, she working with her hands. She working. Don't get it twisted. She working. And not just at home doing nothing. And you got to do everything. And that's what I say. How can a woman be a helpmeet? How can she help you if you helping her? And she ain't doing nothing. Most I say you're going to give a man a helpmate. Help me. So, just what it says. This is virtuous, though. It says, she is like the merchant ships. That's like she got a lot of things. The merchant ships, you ever seen them ships that come out to the shore? Longshoremen? Man, they be ready to empty out them ships, man. Those ships are huge. She like the merchant ships. They have a lot of goods on those ships, man. Different products. She bringeth her food from afar. She bringeth her food from afar. That means she's going to the store. She rises also while it is yet night. She get up in the night and giveth meat to her household. She make meals and a portion to her maidens. She considereth a field and buyeth it. She look at a field. Oh yeah, I can do something with that field. With the fruit of her hands, she planted a vineyard. She planted a vineyard. She planted a vineyard with the fruit of her hands. She planted a vineyard. She girded her loins with strength and strengthened her arms. I guess so. She out there planting a vineyard. She out there working with her hands in the growing crops. Oh yeah. She gonna strengthen her loins and strengthen her arms. She perceiveth that her merchandise is good. Her candle goeth not out by night. That means she's up at night thinking and meditating, praying, and ready to do the operations of the next day. She left her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff, meaning she know how to sew. She stretches out her hand to the poor. Yeah, she reaches forth her hands to the needy. She stretches out to the poor, hand to the poor. She helps the poor people. And she reaches her hands out to the needy. People that have a need. But how can she help the needy if she is poor or she ain't trying to do nothing to have something to help someone else? See what I'm saying? Because you got to come to you. Oh, I want to do this. It don't say that. Have it said that so far? No. These are the things that this woman is doing. This virtuous woman is doing. She stretches out her hand to the poor. Yeah. She reaches forth her hands to the needy. The poor. People that have a need. She helps. But she can help because she have her merchandise that she have went out there like a merchant ship and created something that she can help someone else that's of need. She is not afraid of the snow for her household. It's snowing. Oh man, I'm not going out there. I ain't doing nothing. Shoot. She got her household. She got to feed her household, so she gonna go out there in that snow. She is not afraid of the snow for her household. See that? For all her household are clothed with scarlet. Because she done sewed and made garments for the household. This virtuous. This is a virtuous woman. Obedient virtuous woman. She maketh herself coverings of tapestry. Her clothing is silk and purple. Her husband is known in the gates. That's where the elders were. The elders met at the gates. Her husband is known in the gates when he sitteth among the elders of the land. He can sit and feel good about himself because he have a virtuous woman. And they know. She maketh fine linen and selleth it. She maketh fine linen and selleth it. Did it say she give it to the man and say, go out there and sell this for me? She maketh fine linen and selleth it. She on the hustle. And delivereth girdles unto the merchants. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. She's going to rejoice in time to come by following the aspects of how to be virtuous. And remember, it's going to make a man's life what? Double. It's going to make a man's life double. Not going to shorten his life. She openeth her mouth with wisdom. She got to know these scriptures. She got to know right from wrong according to the Bible, according to the commandments of the Most High. She openeth her mouth with wisdom. Or even you being able to have a situation and allowing her to give you some information because they have a lot of wisdom. They have wisdom. You can't, a lot of men take away, they don't want to hear the wisdom of women. You just got to make the right decision from what it is that she's saying. You understand? Because she can open her mouth with wisdom. And in her tongue is the law of kindness. These are the principles you look for. She looketh well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. See, evil comes with idleness. She ain't looking at being idle. She always looking at trying to keep something going, doing something. There's no way that you should be bored or you should be idle. You got all this to learn in these scriptures. If nothing else, you can go through chapter after chapter after chapter. You should never be bored and be idle. Say, oh, I'm idle. I don't know what to do. That's because you don't want to follow what the Most High say we're supposed to do to make it to the kingdom.
That's what she told me when I first got in here. One day I came home from home and I said, man,
you speak up, I can hear you.
At home.
Say what?
You said you get into the scripture. It's enough in the scripture. You ain't never have to be bored.
That's right.
And it's true. When I keep my head in the scripture, I ain't never got to be bored. Sometimes I study so much, man, my head be falling down on the table.
There it is. There it is. There it is, man. I did that. You know, and that's what it takes, man. You know, that's why I say you should never be bored. Never be bored. Never idle. You know, because idle mind bring about evil, man. You allow Satan to come in and start to, you know, function in your thinking. You got all these little imps around. They around it now. They can't penetrate. Because we got that power. But when you by yourself, remember the Most High had no respect to persons. That's when you got to apply this more. How did the Mashiach get rid of Satan? By doing what?
The word.
It was more than the word. He went to the law. Every time he went to the law of the Most High. Because Satan under orders too. He ain't just, don't believe what the hype is. He just running around here doing what the hell he want to do. No. That's why he told the Most High through Job. He said, hey, put forth thine hand. Put forth your left hand. And I'll make him curse you to your face. And the Most High gave him orders. He gave him orders, strict orders. You can do this, you can't do this. You can't touch him. But he let him touch everything else. Then he came back and said, hey, put forth thine hand. Then he told him, okay, you can touch his body, but you can't kill him. He didn't allow him to kill him. But Satan asked for permission. Because the Most High is the one that created evil. People don't realize that. That's why when he don't need evil no more. See, we need when did evil come in? When we get evil in this world? When did evil come in? When sin came in, when did sin come in? We just read about it. Huh? Yeah, right. He said, don't eat of the tree of good and evil. But you can eat of the tree of life. You can eat this tree over here. That's what we're eating of now. Those that have ears to hear. Say, don't eat of that tree. Because there's evil in that tree. All you need is me. The Most High said, I'm your king. All you need is me. But no, we want to follow everybody else. We want to be like everybody else. So how do he feel? Did anybody ever think about how he feels? People don't even think about the Most High, man, enough. He made this world in righteousness for us to live forever and ever and ever from the beginning. But no. He said, but you're going to have the opportunity to, like he said, you have your free will, right? You got a free will right now to choose life or death. We chose death, man. We ate of the tree of good and evil. That's these hard laws, statutes, commandments. And still didn't want to follow him. Did Cain follow him? Abel did. You understand this? They killed the prophets. We're reading about people that they killed, man. They killed the apostles. They killed the Mashiach Yahushua. From the beginning. We just read about. So that's why Mashiach Yahushua said, you are your father, the devil. What was he from the beginning? A murderer. You are the seed of Cain. The first murderer. See? They had already ate of the tree of good and evil. But Abel was righteous. Because he took the lamb and he took the part to sacrifice to the Most High. All Cain had to do was say, hey, brother, let me have a lamb, man, so I can sacrifice to the Most High too. You ain't going to tell the Most High what he going to accept. You think he going to accept something that you're going to grow in the ground? A plant? An apple? A bunch of apples? Pears and oranges? Come on, man. There's no remission of sin without the shedding of blood. Blood got to be shed. That's why Mashiach Yahushua, precious blood, had to come. He had to send his only begotten son here that his blood could be shed. That the Most High didn't just wipe us out, man. He turned his back on us. He turned his face away from us for not following him. And here we are in these last days, think we can just do whatever we want to do. You're not able to do whatever you want to do. You don't have no free will. You got a free will to choose life or death. That's it. Which one you going to choose? That's why he wants us to be obedient. Mashiach Yahushua is obedient in what they do to him. They killed him. Like they killed all the apostles. Like we're reading about men that they killed in this Bible, pretty much. Ain't but a few got a chance to see old age. Because the things that they prophesied didn't happen. So you see how when we go out, how people they be against the truth because they've been programmed a certain way. Most High wants us to be obedient, man. And the virtuous woman is going to be obedient. Verse 27 says, she looketh well to the ways of her household and eateth not the bread of idleness. She ain't trying to be, all idle. Where Satan can come in and start to operate as a weaker vessel. She the weaker vessel. So she ain't looking at being idle. Her children will rise up and call her blessed. Her husband also. And he praises her. He's going to praise that woman. Many daughters have done virtuously, but thou excellest them all. The ones that going to follow what we just read about. You see? The things that she will be doing as a virtuous woman. Being obedient. Favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain. But a woman that feareth the Most High, she shall be praised. Favor is deceitful. You have, a certain people that you favor. It could be deceitful. Trust me. You put your all into someone, and that's, they deceive you. And beauty is vain. Just look at somebody the way they look. That's vain, man. It's worthless. What about the inside? What about the spirit? They look good, but their spirit is ruined. Spirit is ruined. They don't think right. They don't act right, because if you think right, it's the way you think, it's the way you're going to speak, the way you're going to act. But a woman that feareth the Most High, she shall be praised. Give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her own works praise her in the gates. Let the elders praise that woman, because her works going to be virtuous. And that's what it's about, because she is going to be obedient. She's going to be obedient. Ephesians 2. Go to Ephesians, the 2nd chapter. 2nd verse. And she going to have to fear the Most High, as we just read. She's going to fear the Most High. So therefore, she's going to think about what she's going to do before she do it, to make sure that it's right and not sinning. Look at Ephesians 2 and 2. It says, wherein in time past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, according to Satan. He the prince of the power of the air. The spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience. See? We don't want to be these children of disobedience. You want to be the children of obedience. Because the prince of the air, the power of the air, the spirit that worketh in the children of disobedience, you don't want to be the children of disobedience. You be the children of obedience. Because they're the children of the devil. Get 1 John 3 and 10. They're the children of the devil. It says, because the children of disobedience are the children of the devil. That's why it says, and this, the children of the Most High are manifest, and the children of the devil, which will be the children of disobedience. Whosoever doeth not righteousness, how do you do righteousness?
So doing the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High.
Come and have it.
Huh?
And already been said, so you don't forget it. Having faith in the Mashiach Yahushua, going to the Most High on our behalf. Remember, they both go together, because you're not justified by the law itself. You got to have faith. You got to have faith. That's why I said, in this the children of the Most High manifest, and the children of the devil. Whosoever doeth not righteousness is not of the Most High, neither he that loveth not his brother. You don't love your brother, you children of disobedience. You the children of the devil. Well, this is the message that you heard from the beginning, that we should love one another. We should love one another. And that's something that really goes deep, because it's not just saying I'm your brother and you don't show hospitality, you don't show to be friendly, you don't show yourself to be friendly. So how are you really loving your brother? You know what I mean? It's like, I know people that I've never met before that's really, really, really friendly and brotherly or sisterly, and more so than some that I've met in the flesh. Something's wrong with that picture, right? We're supposed to be the examples of the world. Everybody's supposed to look at us and say, I want to be like them. I remember working out, man. We worked out hard. And when we finished, we was hugging each other, after, pretty much knocking each other out, whatever, just hugging each other. And people was in the parking lot watching us work out in the park, right? And it was like, all of us like, man, I wish we could have that kind of love, man. Y'all got love. You can see that love for each other. They can feel it, you know what I mean? Remember, we got the zeal of the Most High, just not according to knowledge. But that love, man, that commodity, that true friends, you know what I mean, at that time, is powerful. That's why it says, for this is the message that you heard from the beginning, verse 11, that we should love one another. Not as Cain, going back to Cain, you keep on popping up, here he is again, not as Cain, who was of that wicked one, and slew his brother. And wherefore slew him? Why did he slew him? Why did he kill him? Because his own works were evil, and his brothers righteous. Say, marvel not, my brethren, if the world hates you. Don't be concerned about that. Could care less if the world hate me. Because they hated Mashiach Yahushua before they hated us. It said, we know that we have passed from death unto life, because we love the brethren. He that loveth not his brother abideth in death. Whoso hateth his brother is a murderer. And he knoweth that we knoweth that no murderer hath eternal life abiding in him. So, this is what we got to do. Hereby perceive we the love of the Most High, because he laid, Mashiach Yahushua, because he laid down his life for us. Mashiach Yahushua laid down his life for us. And we ought to lay down our lives for the brethren, for each other. We all we have. But together we're more powerful than you ever could believe, man. Ever could believe. Look at verse 1. Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, we the children of Israel, that we should be called the sons of the Most High. You hear that? That we should be called the sons of the Most High. Therefore the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not. You don't know the Most High. The world don't know the Most High, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And they definitely don't know what Mashiach Yahushua, who they claim to believe that they know him as the name of Jesus Christ. They still don't know him. Not according to as it is written. Beloved. Who is he talking to? Who is beloved? Who he say how he is loved? Yes.
The 12 tribes of Israel.
But what do we say? He don't say the 12 tribes of Israel. He say what?
He said,
who's our forefather?
Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob have I loved. Right? That's why he say beloved. So Romans 9:13 says, as it is written, Jacob have I loved. When it says beloved, that's who he loves. Beloved. The children of Israel. We the children of Israel. Negro, Indian, Latino descent pretty much in his days times. Beloved. Now are we the sons of the Most High. And it does not yet appear what we shall be. But we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him. We shall be like him. For we shall see him as he is. And every man that has his hope in him purifies himself, even as he is pure. And to purify yourself, man, the only way you can purify yourself is to believe on what the Most High told us, to follow his rules and regulations, his laws, statutes, commandments. And have faith in the Mashiach Yahushua. Because you have faith in him, you can't eliminate him, because who's coming back to judge and make war?
Mashiach Yahushua.
Right, through the power of the Most High. So you don't want to eliminate him. I mean, we ain't just dealing with no laws, statutes, commandments, and without that faith that we got to have and believe. Because you can just follow the laws, next thing you know, you don't even believe in the Mashiach Yahushua. You don't even be in the equation. Now you're what? Pharisee. Now you're just like the Sadducees, the chief high priests and the scribes and all of them that was against him. Because they didn't believe in him. They didn't have faith in him. But when that, I tell you what, when he gave up the ghost, the Most High took his spirit, allow him to die. That sacrifice of the temple went in half, man. Earthquake, earth starts shaking. You know when you've been in an earthquake, you know how I feel when an earthquake, it starts shaking, you be moving, you don't know what to do. That sacrifice of the temple went in half. Can you imagine this whole building just divided in half, man? Either that way or this way. You look up in the sky, you see all these things happening in the sky, all kind of things was happening when he died. That's why they stopped sacrificing. They said, oh, even the soldiers, even the Roman soldiers said, oh, this truly was the Son of the Most High. They got afraid, man. And that's how you're going to come back with that power to judge and make war, man. And that's why all these nations are going to bow down. They're going to bow down now, they're going to bow down later, but they're going to bow down. Believe me. Come on, you talking about an earthquake? Come on, we talking about something worse than anything, a tornado, worse than a hurricane, worse than a snowstorm, blizzards, worse than anything that the Most High, disaster that the Most High created and them being visited of the Most High when he come back. That everybody gonna be afraid then. You won't be afraid now. You gonna be afraid then. You better believe it, man. That's why we gotta have hope. And our hope, man, is in him. It says, and every man, verse 3, every man that has his hope in him purifieth himself. You purify yourself, man. You work to be better. You keep working and working and working and working and striving and striving and striving to be better. To become a new man. To become a new creature. So they say, wow, you changed. Somebody got to see a change in you. Somebody got to say, okay, well, come on over here and do what we do in wickedness. That you know it's wrong, but you're going to do it anyway. Then they say, oh, no, okay, well, you can't do it because you held more accountable. Going to beat your butt down. They can do whatever they've been doing because they ain't really called like we are. But he said going to beat us with many stripes because he thought enough of for us to call us to be the first fruits, y'all. To be the first fruits. Got an opportunity. But many are called, but few are what? Chosen. Many are called. That's what I say. Many men have been dealing with many people. And still, you know, every day, man, somebody's being my friend. I'm meeting people every day, man. All the time. But I've always met people. And they always come and go. And some take it lightly. You can't take this lightly, man. Most I don't want to see nobody perish, but a lot of people going to perish because they just take it like, okay, well. And sometimes Hebrew Israelites are almost worse than the church. The church, at least, they go to the first day church, and then they go to Bible study, and some of them go to choir rehearsal. That's at least 3 days that they given to whatever it is that they believe in, even though it might not be on point. They still giving time to what they believe in, and they keep the doors of their church open. Look at all these little. I've been monitoring, man. I know this one church. It was there. It's been there, man. Shoot, corner church over 30-something years, man. I know, easily, 34, 35 years. Corner, and there don't be that many people in there. So when people say, okay, well, we supposed to have the higher learning of all learning, we should better do more than anyone. We should be those examples, man. But what's up with us? What's wrong with us? See, they spending time, and they ain't complaining. Some people drive from Riverside to LA, go to church. Every single first day, or further than that. Further than that. You know, that's why I commend you, for you at least making an effort to come and us to gather together to receive the blessings of the Most High and the spiritual power that He's endowed us with coming together. Because some don't. Some think it's okay just to go and do. It vexes me to think of an hour a week that I'm only going to deal with this work. An hour or 2 hours. I start counting, man. When I start counting, I'm like, oh, man, wow. We haven't given much of our time, but I have a lot of time to do this, I have a lot of time to do that, a lot of time to do this, that, whatever. But I don't have no time for this. And Esau got it set up so you have your job, you work, and then after you work, you got to eat, get a little bit of recreation, then you go to sleep, do the same thing over and over again, and you get used to that. Your mind is polluted to be able to think this is all you could do. I refuse to believe that. Because I did a whole lot when I was younger, and I still do a whole lot now. And being sick, you still can do it. You know what I mean? Ain't no excuse, man. It's just a matter of where you build yourself up to be able to say, I got to do it. And don't be lazy. You got to go through slothfulness. You can't be slothful in this, man. You got to be willing to do it. You know, a lot of times I would want to go out there and do it, or at least show someone how it could be done. To keep this moving, even on a higher level. And that's what it's all about, man. Coming to these higher levels so that, I'm talking about the law of the Spirit. I ain't talking about the law of the, I'm talking about the law of the Spirit. So we moving mountains into the sea. We're doing things that are phenomenal. Because this is happening. Miracles are happening. It's just a matter of you tapping into it and really realizing the power that's by Shema Mashak Shah. Realize that's power. spiritual power. People talking about they waiting on it. What you waiting on? How do we get to the Most High?